So my friends, my brothers and my sisters, I am not here tonight to talk about me. I have lived 7 years having to go to the police station to sign my name 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But you know what? I decided in my heart that I was going to use whatever anger was building up inside of me to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to see the back of the Antigua Labour Party as government in this country. So I want to make us a special appeal to all of you here tonight. When you listen to the radio and you hear the talk tripe, don't get vexed. Get motivated. When you get motivated, go and register. If you are registered, encourage somebody to go and register. And every time you encourage somebody, encourage that person to encourage somebody else. Because unless your name is on the voters list, you can't vote and you're not going to be able to make a difference. So if you love me and you feel what I feel for the last 7 years, then commit me one thing, that you are going to do everything humanly possible to ensure that the Antigua Labour Party, the morning after the next general elections, will be government no more. You walk the streets of Antigua, and in particular our once beautiful city of St. John's. When you walk the city of St. John's, can you really breathe the air and breathe fresh and clean air and feel that you are alive? Listen to me, brothers and sisters. This is not the time for playing. I have remained quiet for 7 years because I did not want to mix what was happening to me with anything else. I have gone past that now. All of my efforts, all of my ability, all of my charisma, all of my charm and everything else will be dedicated to one thing and one thing only. Let us put our hands and our hearts and our souls and our minds together to do one thing and one thing only. If you agree with me, honk your horn if you want Labour gone. Just one last point before my time run out. In September of 2014, a fellow by the name of Dean Jonas came to be the chairman of the transport board. That same fellow was also chairman of DCA. In one little sentence, Dean Jonas, as chairman of DCA, has indebted the government to over $100,000 to have to pay a man for compensation. A fella had a place that he was selling aggregates, stones and sand and so on. And he got there, take up all the man's stuff and carry them away and throw them away. Man carry a court, government have to pay. He took transport board and he beheaded transport board. He took off Josiah, he took off Pat Julian, he took off Hudson Joseph, he took off Anderson Carty, and he took off 35 other employees. Well, 25 other along with the managers. Let me tell you, every single case against the transport board and the government of Antigua has gone down in defeat for them. Presently, between Hudson Joseph and Patricia Julian is $500,000 that transport board and the government of Antigua is going to have to pay them. In addition to that, the Antigua Workers Union won the case against Transport Board for about 25 of the employees that they sent home without rhyme, rhythm, or reason, just because they say they believe they support the United Progressive Party. Well, last time I spoke with Chester Hughes, he didn't tell me how much he added up and what it's going to come to. But in my little humble mind, I can tell you that the government of Antigua and Barbuda and the Transport Board is indebted to people over $1.3 million. And the case that they lost last Friday, the case that they comprehensively lost last Friday, is not yet in the count. Ladies and gentlemen, if that was your child, and your child went in your house and took up your money and go outside and spend it like that, you'd have bruised his behind or her behind, and you find something to do with it, but you can't turn away picnic. But you can turn away the government that the government failed. That same Dean Jonas, walk around this country. All right. I like to take instructions, so I'm going to leave him to supper. But let me just say this in passing. Every case that the government brought against the people in the United Progressive Party, it has gone down to failure. They arrested the man Iteba. They took him to court and they lose. They arrested Wilmer Daniel. They took him to court and they lost. They arrested Jackie Quinn. They took her to court and they lost. They took up the captain. They carry him to court and they lose. They take up the fellow that was just there in the red shirt, Algon and Serpent Walk. They took him to court and they lose. When Trevor Young was with us, they took up Trevor Young, carry him to court and they lose. Now they interfere with poor me. And me win. They take up Giselle. They haul Giselle all over the place. Say all kinds of things about Giselle. And with Giselle, them lose. Ladies and gentlemen, let us use that as the thing to give us the start from tonight. We don't want this thing where the government is going to use the courts of this country to pauperize its citizens. The time has come for us to change what we have. The time has come for us to move in the direction of restoring our country with the Redeem team. I want to leave one pledge with you here tonight. As long as there is life, there is hope. And as long as there is breath in your body, commit to remove the Antigua Labour Party from government. If you commit to do that, if you can raise your hands and say, I tonight commit to remove the Antigua Labour Party from power, this country is going to be a better place. Good night and may God bless.